Morning, Fraser. Tuesday morning. Bit of stuff on the go today. Been messing around with the video from last night because we got in late last night and we're playing around with all that stuff, but with the editing and stuff. So still doing that today. Went out for breakfast with Zach this morning, and got to go driving with Guy at 1, and we've got to go for dinner at 6 in our home group on the Bible study tonight. So yeah, some packed day. We'll see what we can get in here and what we can't, and we'll go from there. So let's figure it out. So as far as I'm concerned, it's all about trying different things. Figuring out what works, what doesn't, not only for the fishing, but also for our individual boat, our skill levels or lack thereof, etc., etc. And I don't know. I lost 2 of the fish, 3 of the fish, 4 of the fish, 5 of the fish. I don't know, red fish, blue fish. I have no idea. I lost a bunch of fish yesterday, quite possibly because of the learning curve associated with the longer rod and the slightly lighter action. And yeah, I do have a tendency to bully some fish in, but when the rod was doing this, and it wasn't peeling line necessarily, but it was doing that big, ripping on the rod, and I think that just created enough slack that it was just able to slip the hook. Or, hard to say because the video was horrible with it spinning with the flasher, so everything was topsy-turvy and it was dizzy and terrible. And you guys think you had it bad watching that video yesterday. I had to watch like 2 hours of that. 3 hours of that, actually, of the spinning. So, yeah, flasher's not good. Gonna go probably with dummy flasher if I'm gonna do anything. But we'll see. One thing at a time. We'll see how it goes. I'd be curious to see how the dummy flasher does with it, actually. Because Allie's probably groaning and rolling her eyes out there right now. Well, just giving me dirty looks. Not really, anything else. When did I cut? The other thing is these rods were, cheap at a garage sale kind of thing. And I don't necessarily like the way the reel was set on. That made me a little bit nervous on both of them, actually. So this one I like a little bit better. So, and the rods are good. I have no complaints with the rods, other than the fact that I thought they were a little bit stiff. These are a medium action, moderate fast. I looked up what the actions mean. I still really can't figure that out. Heavy action means, I don't know, it's all very confusing. You think just a heavy, medium, and light, that's all you need. Heavy, medium, and light. Why give us extra things to talk about? But people do. They do. There's a moderate fast, there's a fast, there's, whatever. I don't know. Craziness. It's all craziness. I'm a simple man, I need simple things. Very, very simple things. Rotary phones ever come back on the market, I'm likely going to get one. But just saying. See, I'd rather have it. Well, the main reason I'd rather have it pulling line and stripping line out than doing the big, jerking motion without actually pulling line. So I'm used to these rods. I know how they react, and I edited it out of the video, but landing the fish, I was making some pretty bonehead mistakes. I was standing way too close to the edge. The 10-foot rods were so light that I had to bend them back quite a bit. They were hitting the arch rather than stepping back 8 feet, because I'm a control freak and I want to be right there watching and seeing what's going on. And I'm getting in Allie's way. Allie's getting frustrated. So for now, this is a better solution. We're just going to go back to what we were doing. You know, we're still doing the learning curve with the cameras. Why throw the extra learning curve in there? I don't know. Allie wanted to do it. I told her no. She was excited about it. I thought, okay, you know, but she's that way sometimes. I'm getting a very mean look right now. And I don't want to tick off the crusher, so you know.
I feel like too late is the answer. Watch pot and boil. Unwatch pot boils really fast.
No. So Jesse texted me today. He was out at Coho Point with his dad, and he says going over was nasty because the wind was coming up the straight. But he says over on the other side there, once you get past the straight and basically on the Comox side of Texada, he said it was flat palm, and they wound up getting 2 hatchery coho, which is good. They also got a wild coho and a wild spring. So, and he was really quite like not deep. He said they were in 120 feet of water, and one line was down 180 feet, and the other line was down. Sorry, what did I say? He said they were down in 120 feet of water. One line was at 60 feet, one line was at 80 feet. So that is not deep at all. That's optimum camera, but he's using. He was using a spoon on one, so I assume he's using a flasher and a spoon, and he's using a hoochie, which would have a flash on as well.
But you can use a camera and a spoon. So fun.
I can use a camera and a spoon, yes. That's what I was saying, but I would also like to try and figure something out if I can for, especially for hoochies, right? There's got to be something. We've been using flashes for, 50 years. And I know that they've got the little heads on them that will make them wiggle, but again, the way flashers are there to attract fish, right? But they also make that motion, right? Woof, 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 of like, I don't know whether they actually make a motion of what a squid would look like, but more than, just running through the water would, right? So, I don't know. Breathing a sigh of relief just putting these things back on these rods. Because I know them. It's like an old friend, you know? I might start calling the rods Fraser. I don't know. Is that weird? That might be weird. Allie thinks it's weird. I don't even have to look over. I can imagine the look that she's giving me right now. So, Am I wrong?
I can't hear you. I heard Allie. All I hear is the fan.
I am neither confirming nor denying anything. Sauce didn't work?
No.
How come? No, there's no such thing as too cheesy.
There is actually.
There's not. What is wrong with her? Too cheesy. That's like too chocolatey. Also not a thing. May as well say too tasty. So ultimately, much like Thomas Edison, we found at least one way not to get good fish camera video.
What? Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Talking to Fraser. Again. You know.
It's not just me. Family. Oh no, you were on the phone that day. We're all thinking you're talking to yourself.
Wow. Maybe when I talk to myself, I don't judge me.
Maybe.
Alright, those are done. Those are done. The Aztec Skinny G, which did very well for us last year as well. Jesse was saying when him and his dad caught today, they were fishing. The spoon that Jesse's dad was using was a coho killer. I've got a couple of those. I might try those. I don't think I have. Not for any length of time anyway. They seem very small to me. Right? They're a thin spoon. I know it seems weird, but I have an aversion to thin. You know. Ah yes, the Nemesis hooks. What you barking at there, dog? Going back to my Gamakatsu. I like my Gamakatsu hooks. They seem to be corrosion resistant, I don't know. Whether they're rated as that, but they seem to be. I'm going to try a Skinny G spring roll with a treble hook. See how that goes. Who knows? Double check the nice, good sharp. Ooh, one's good. Just one. Just a one. This is a lure I used to catch. It's a Gibbs coho, and I used to catch a fair amount of stuff like that up, or coho and salmon in general on these lures up in the Skeena. So I thought, clean it off a little bit and just try it. Put a nice red Gamakatsu barbless hook on it. There you go. See how that does. So the only thing I gotta do is this one. This one here, my Aztec, is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Apparently. Alright man, sorry for the lame day. You know, totally lame day today. Not much going on. Yeah, just too much running around and too much whatever, but you know. I apologize. Right now, all I'm doing, Allie wants to go look at the sunset. Actually, Allie said, Fraser wants to go see the sunset. That's what she said. So, you know, we're going to go see the sunset, whether you like it or not. And in the meantime, I got to get my truck unhooked from the boat because it's maintenance day tomorrow, and I gotta bring tools, and the last thing I want to do is mess around first thing in the morning undoing the boat. So, you mind getting the wheel truck in the side too?
I don't mind at all.
She said that nicely because you were here. Yes. Well, sort of, but not in our case. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Let's go look at the sunset.
How romantic.
Yeah, okay, dude. Like, no offense, but I'm not taking you there for you. I'm taking you there because Allie's making me take you there. So, you know.
Funny how he won't take me, but he'll take you, Fraser.
I like you and all, but you know. See, this is what Powell River looks like from up here. This is only a few blocks from our place, actually.
We don't see this view from our house.
That's Harwood out there. We like to fish over on that tip of Harwood. There's Texada, Coho Point over there, which we rarely go to. Most of the time we're just right out front, right down there, all the way up to the mill. I don't know if you can see the mill on the camera, but yeah, that's the sunset. Yeah, fast forward or staring at it might not be a good
Put some nice music to it. Skinny G music.
Did you ever explain the Skinny G music? I don't think you did.
No.
Allie thinks that every time I say Skinny G, Allie says it reminds her of Kenny G. So that's why she...
Oh, I say that on the boat all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I edit you out most of the time.
You?
I'm just
really?
saying. Well, you know, I mean, I gotta pick and choose.
All of a sudden, this sunset isn't so romantic. And it's gone.
All right.
That was romantic.
There you go.
Thanks for joining us.
I hope you and Danijela had a wonderfully romantic time watching that sunset together with us.
We sure did, talking about fishing and air conditioners.
And kids not understanding circuitry and the housing and all that sort of stuff. So, you know. Anyway.
At least I got nuggies.
Specifically, that's chicken nuggets. Just so that
They're right
there's
here.
clarification. That's chicken nuggets. Allie wanted chicken nuggets. I'm just saying. Hey, Fraser. Hope you're having a good day today, buddy. Again, it was a very mellow day around here in the sense that I didn't get a lot of video. However, we had a bunch of errands and stuff, different things that we had to do, so go here, go there, and I didn't get a lot of video, so I apologize. But I desperately wanted to get those rods changed back over so I don't have the same issues that I was having before, you know, with the 10-footers there yesterday, the other day, whenever it was, can't remember anymore. But yeah, back to the regular rods, same reels. You know, I like the reels. The reels have a couple of issues with them, but I mean, for the most part, I like the reels. So, again, right now, we're doing a learning curve. We're going to leave that as it is. There was a few skinny G's that I found hanging up downstairs that I hadn't cleaned up yet, so made sure I cleaned those up, got new good hooks on them, sharpened all the hooks so everything's good and sharp. And then we had to run over to Bible study, to home group tonight. So, and because we were having kind of our year-end dinner thing together, potluck kind of thing, right? So we did that, and I can't remember why we went. Oh, yeah, we went out because we were home, and then Allie wanted to go and see the sunset. So we went to get her a Thai Coke and some nuggets, and yeah, went and sat and watched the sunset for a bit. The mundane. Today was mostly the mundane, but the sunset was beautiful. Sunsets are here are just absolutely gorgeous, right? So, power man. Yeah, I don't know where the sun looks like it's actually setting, but I would say the sun is setting like north of Campbell River somewhere, but I don't know exactly where that would line up. But still, pretty cool. We really do get amazing sunsets here. We're just going to continue on where we left off in 1 Corinthians 13. We left off with love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child, and I reasoned as a child. When I became a man, I put away the childish ways. For now, we see only a reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. So what he's talking about there, what Paul's talking about there is, right now, here on this earth, we know in part. We see, basically, it's described as like seeing our reflection in a poor mirror, like a cloudy reflection. You don't get the proper image. But when we pass on to the next life, when we pass on, at that point, we will all know in full. We will see Christ face to face. We will fully know everything, just as we now, by Christ, are fully known. So he knows everything about us. He knows everything about us. He knows every nasty thought you've ever had, every, nasty thing we've ever done. And he loves us anyway. Loves us so much he died on the cross for us. And the gift of eternal life is a free gift to anyone who calls on Jesus' name. I love you, buddy. I miss you. I look forward to seeing you. And I will post more tomorrow.